Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of the game between Chinese Taipei and South Africa for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. It's a 2025 qualifier, and the winner of the group automatically goes to the Classic next year, and the second and third place finishers will have a one-game playoff early next week to decide who is also going to join the winner of the group moving forward. Well, for Chinese Taipei yesterday, they took one on the chin versus the Spaniards as Spain jumped out to an early lead and scored often. They scored 2 in the first, 2 in the third. Taipei responded with 2 of their own in the third, but then it was pretty much all Spain as it was 12-2 going to the seventh inning. Taipei was able to salvage and stave off the possibility of a mercy rule on their home field. They scored 1 in the bottom half of the seventh, and they added 2 more in the ninth to make it a 12-5 final. Yesterday, Nicaragua walked off the Republic of South Africa in the bottom of the 10th inning. They had come from behind as South Africa had scored the first run. Nicaragua scored late to tie it, and then a walk-off single in the bottom of the 10th won the ballgame. Well, earlier today, Nicaragua pulled the same trick on Spain as they knocked off the Spaniards 2-1. Nicaragua is now 2-0 in the group. They also walked them off again in extra innings. So the Nicaraguans right now have a lot of luck on their side. Tonight, both teams are looking to bounce back as Chinese Taipei and Republic of South Africa looking for their first one of the tournament. Something has to give. Winner of this one here will put themselves in a position to potentially be able to be in the top 3 spots. Loser here probably will end up going home. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We'll give you the lineups. We'll get this one underway.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. That's right, everybody. Welcome back. That is our friend Eric Fox, friend of the channel, as he will be with us here in a couple of weeks' time. And we'll be doing a couple of podcasts with Eric. So we're going to give you the starting lineup. First of all, tonight for the visitors, which will be Chinese Taipei on their home field. Leading off in left field is number 20, Chi Wei Lin. Hitting second at second base is number 15, Zhu Wei Lin. Hitting third in center field is number 24, Chi Xian Chao. And the cleanup spot is number 18, Yu Chang. Batting in the fifth spot and playing third base is number 39, Nin Ting Wu. Hitting sixth and doing designated hitting is number 3, Woon Ji Chen. Batting seventh at first base is number 6, Po Swan Wong. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is number 63, Xiaohong Chiang. Batting ninth in right field is number 88, Cheng Ji Sung. And so that is your starting lineup for Chinese Taipei. And they're going to be facing Damon King, a 6'4" right-hander who will take to the hill tonight to face Chinese Taipei. And now your starting lineup for the South Africans. Leading off at second base tonight wearing number 9 is Victor Ngope. Hitting second at shortstop is number 2, Tyler Smith. Hitting third at first base is number 14, Jonathan Phillips. In the fourth spot and doing the designated hitting is number 1, Brandon Smith. Batting fifth at third base is number 23, Anthony Phillips. Hitting sixth in right field is number 21, Brandon Bouillon. Batting seventh and doing the catching is number 10, Tyrone Milne. Hitting eighth in left field is number 29, Joshua Wenzel. And batting ninth in center field is number 20, Jason Carlesi. And they are going to be facing Tu Chen Sha, who takes to the hill tonight for Chinese Taipei. Well, the first pitch is just about coming up here in a couple moments. We'll be right back after this. We want to welcome all of you in the chat tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. Our good friend Titus from Japan is joining us. We always appreciate him as well. We'll drop some of our infomercials in between, But hopefully you guys will enjoy the call tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. That's our friend of the channel, Matt Hollis. Be sure to go check him out after the game. Another Hollis build when you get that opportunity. We'll be right back in just a bit here. First pitch is just around the corner. Welcome back, everybody. Our friend John Smith is in the house tonight with us as well. We welcome you back to the stream and everybody else who pops in. This game here is just about ready to get ourselves underway, as it will be Chinese Taipei who is going to be playing as the visitor tonight on their home field. If I had to say the keys to success tonight, number one is South Africa's got to be able to hit the ball. They only had 4 hits in the opener against Nicaragua, and that was over 10 innings of play. So Victor Ngope, who is the leadoff hitter, he had half of the hits. Brandon Bouillon and Joshua Wenzel had the other hits. That is going to be important. They're going to have to score some runs. On the flip side of the coin, Chinese Taipei has to continue to put up the runs that they scored last night. They did show flashes of their offense. On top of it, they need a better pitching performance than what they were able to provide. They've got to be able to keep the South Africans off the base paths. And if they can take care of the baseball, their chances are probably pretty good. One thing I was interested in noting last night during the game against Spain, the Spaniards only had one Spanish-born player. Everybody else was either Cuba, Dominican Republic, Venezuelan, Colombian. They even had an American on the team, at least where they were born. Everybody playing under other passports. That just makes a huge difference, certainly in those countries that are considered baseball playing countries. Spain, of course, has a league. They've only got a few teams. It's not exactly one of the stronger European leagues. On the flip side of the coin, you got to tip your hat to South Africa. South Africa will field every single player is born in South Africa. I'm sure they have some other routes that go on, but certainly a team that is born of South Africans is important, at least for the development of the sport. And that'll be interesting to see how this one will take out. They also yesterday did a really well executed hidden ball trick. And that was kind of cool to have witnessed. They had pulled the fake. They ended up tagging out the runner. They got themselves out of a bit of a jam to get out of the inning. And so that was the way it ended up working last night. It was a runner at third base who had wandered off the bag, and the pitcher was not on the rubber, was not even close. They ended up tagging him out for the out. Umpires were a little confused because even they hadn't seen it either, the third base umpire last night. But that was kind of pretty cool to see as well. Our friend Guys Great says, did you hear that Roki Sasaki is married? I haven't kept up on the tabloids in Japan. I'm sure that he is probably got himself. I did see that he was throwing a bullpen the other day, and they had about 50 people watching him. It was pretty crazy. But we're about ready to almost get this one underway. South Africa has taken the field, and the starter, Damon King, is just completing his warm-up tosses. He's got a couple of left here. The big 6'4" right-hander just finishing off here as he's got a tall test here tonight to have to play against Chinese Taipei. And leading it off here in the first inning, it'll be Chi Wei Len, then Zhu Lin, and then Chi Xian Chen to get things going here. And as I said last night in advance, I want to apologize early on, if I butcher anyone's names, it's not intended. It is certainly by accident, and we'll do the best we can to make sure everything is enunciated as is. Well, we're ready to get this one underway as King now is on the hill, and the umpire has signaled to play ball. The first pitch of the ball game is underway. He rocks himself into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down at 74 miles an hour, and we are underway. So 1 ball and no strikes to Che Wei Lin. Lin was 1 for 5 in last night's ball game as he takes a fastball outside for a ball, and the count now goes to 2-0. But one thing last night, he was trying to dive to make a catch, and he ended up short hopping a ball off the side of his face. He ended up down in a heap for quite a while last night as that fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. As the righty delivers again, it's a fastball upstairs, and that is ball 4. And Chinese Taipei is aboard here with a leadoff walk to start the ball game. That is going to bring up Zhu Wei Lin. Well, if I was the Chinese Taipei Ball Club straight away, I'd be off to the races right here. I want to test the arm of the South African catcher. As Lin steps in at the plate, the former Boston Red Sox and Minnesota Twin, batting from the left side. 2 for 4 in last night's game as the first pitch is on the way. He squares to bunt. It's a fastball that misses down. That's 5 balls in a row now here from Damon King. Have to wonder, this place is absolutely packed tonight of Chinese Taipei followers. All of the round-robin games that they're playing are sold out. Fastball misses down and away. There goes the runner down to second, and the throw goes into center field. But Lin is going to stay right there at second base as he's now moved himself into scoring position. So now he is at second base with nobody out. And so I was thinking about Damon King of when he's had the pitch in this type of scenario before in the past. You've got 40 some odd thousand people, as it's 2 balls and no strikes here to Lin, cheering for their ball club. There's a fastball that's swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 2-1. That's the first strike that he has thrown tonight in his 7 pitches. So the runner at second is Che Wei Lin. It is Zhu Wei Lin at the plate. The 2-1 pitch here is on the way. Checks the runner and delivers. Fastball misses up. It has now gone to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. I certainly would be sniffing for blood here, would be Chinese Taipei in this one. There is the mercy rule at 10 runs through 7 innings. As there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and that's going to be ball 4. So back-to-back walks to begin the ball game here for Chinese Taipei, not the way that South Africa has drawn it up. And that'll bring up Chi Sian Chen to the plate. And it's also going to bring the pitching coach out of the South African dugout as he wants to have a conference with his right-hander. For the coaching staff for South Africa, a lot of them as well call their home. It's Darren Smith is the pitching coach. So he has come out to have a word with his group. So King, so far, 9 pitches and only 1 first strike. And you got to think that his heart's got to be racing and beating. And so definitely get him some words of encouragement from the pitching coach. But I would have to think that South Africa may be having to go to their bullpen a little bit sooner than they would want. So everybody is back to their spot, and that brings up Chi Sian Chen to the plate. Chen last night, 2 for 5, gets the start back-to-back nights in center field. The 31-year-old has an open stance, really waggles the bat. And the pitch on the way from King, he squares to bunt, and it is a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Back on the airwaves again tomorrow night, as we will call the Nicaragua Chinese Taipei game. There is a fastball that's taken upstairs for a ball. That pitch looked pretty good. But when you got a borderline pitch like that, and you haven't been around the zone, you're not going to get the call. So it's now 2-0 here to the left-handed hitting Chen. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into straightaway center field. Moving in and now to his right and making the grab is the center fielder Carlesi. And that is going to retire Chen for the first out of the inning. Tagging at second was Lin, but he didn't advance as the center fielder was having to come in on the ball. So there is a one gone here. I think I'm going to be testing arms all around the field here on the South Africans, wanting to be very aggressive. That brings Yu Chang to the plate. The former major leaguer has spent time with the Red Sox, the Guardians, Tampa Bay, at least at the big league level. And the pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count's quickly 0-1. Last night's game, Yu Chang walked on 4 straight pitches in his first at-bat. He was 2-0 in his second at-bat, and then he uncorked a 2-run shot in the third inning to, at that time, cut the lead in half for the Chinese Taipei ball club. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 0-2 on Chang. Last night, 1 for 4 was the home run with a homer and 2 RBIs. He has the flair for the dramatics for his national team. He did not participate in the Premier 12 tournament that was played in part in Taiwan and Japan in the fall, as that breaking ball misses down. A good stop there by the catcher, Tyrone Milne. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chang. Chang waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander King, who checks the runner at second base. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and Yu Chang down on strikes. He's gone for the second out of the inning. Nice piece of pitching there by King, as the right-handed hitting Yu Chang was unable to hold up on that breaking ball. So 2 in the books here, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Ning Ting Wu. And for Wu, he had a big game last night. He was 3 for 5 as he takes a breaking ball for a call and strike. He has no homers and 1 RBI in the ball game last night. Full crowd here tonight at the Taipei Dome as the right-hander ready to deliver again. Kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly over to second, fielded neatly by the second baseman Ngope. He throws to first, and South Africa able to wiggle themselves out of an early jam. Back-to-back walks to begin the ball game from Damon King, and then he's able to get a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout to retire Chinese Taipei. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We're through a half inning. Your score is Chinese Taipei 0, South Africa coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order to come to bat for South Africa here in the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Victor Ngope, Tyler Smith, and Jonathan Phillips to come to bat as they will be facing Zuchen Shah. It is a 0-0 ball game as we're entering the bottom half of the first inning. As we said, it is both of these teams really has to be a must-win game. If somebody lost this one here tonight, the chances of survival would be greatly more difficult. South Africa will play Spain tomorrow, while it'll be Nicaragua and Chinese Taipei. And the first pitch from Shaw is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Ngope. Gope last night 2 for 5 in the ball game against the Nicaraguans as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball at 95 that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 1-1. I had to pause a little bit when Damon King was on the mound because he's really sitting in the low 80s. This is a lot different pitcher on the food chain than what the South Africans are throwing right now out toward the Chinese Taipei ball club. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. They appeal down to first base, but they said Gope didn't go. As the right-hander ready to go again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I've only got 2 balls and 1 strike actually here. And there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the seats down the first base line. Now the count goes to 2-2. We had to keep an eye on it last night on the official scoreboard. The official scoreboard, the operator is a little bit asleep at the switch. Behind in the counts, ahead in the counts. But now it is right at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down, and it squirts away from the catcher, Chang. That now runs the count full to Ngope. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander, Shaw, ready to go again as he holds to the set and now delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is a lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. And the count remains at 3-2 to Ngope. Last night, Chinese Taipei used a number of pitchers last night in the ball game. As the right-hander again delivers again, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is line foul down the right field line. And this battle is going to continue. When we were looking at the player pool last night, as the right-hander again delivers, it is a fastball that swung on. It's chopped softly over to the right side of the infield. Fielded neatly by the first baseman, Wong, who flips it to the pitcher covering. That's going to go down as a ground out 1-3. And that'll get Ngope, who was a tough out. 8 pitch at bat to begin the ball game. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Tyler Smith. I was mentioning in last night's ball game, Chinese Taipei used 10 pitchers in that ball game last night. It was a pitching parade. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball on the inside corner at 93 for a called strike. Count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. If you're new to our channel, we do like to call the games during the season of the NPB, as there's a fastball swung on. It is softly hit to the second baseman, Lin. As he charges it, he flips it underhand to first, and that is going to retire Tyler Smith. That's a ground out 4-3. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll leave it up to the first baseman, Jonathan Phillips. So the regular season for the NPB gets going on March 28th, and we like to get in on the calls of that one. So if you're up late night and you got nothing to do, we have 2 types of crowds. We have the people who like to come in and to gamble, and sometimes they show up at a regular basis. On the flip side, and right away we've got a violation here, and that violation would go to the batter for taking too much time. It's 0-1 here, and the first pitch, which is now the second, is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count's 1-1 to Jonathan Phillips. We saw that in last night's game. I think it was about 4 or 5 violations, as there's a fastball swung on. It's chopped over to short. Yu Chang fields it. He flips it sidearm to first, and Phillips is going to be gone. It's a ground out 6-3 to end the inning. And that is going to do it here for South Africa in their half of the first. There was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're through 1 complete. Your score is Chinese Taipei 0, South Africa 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the second inning when we return after this. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game, as he tells you a little bit about who he is and what he's all about.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We got to get caught up on a few things. Your umpires for tonight's game, the home plate umpire tonight is Scott Costello. Working first base is Ty Krause. At second base, it's Mark Stewart with Ilksu Kim over at third base tonight. Temperature is a perfect 72 degrees inside the dome, as they do have a full house here for this one. And Damon King ready to go again, rocking himself into the windup, but he delivers a first pitch breaking ball that misses outside for ball one. Count is 1-0. 18 pitches in the first inning for King. The pitch on the way is a fastball that misses just off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-0. So as big as the fella is, he doesn't bring it like the Chinese Taipei pitcher does, as 80 miles an hour seems to be the thing here, although he does shoot the knees as that fastball is taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1 on Chen. Chen, Wang, and Chang to bat here against the right-hander. As that fastball misses upstairs, the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Chen 0 for 1 in the series. He didn't get the start in last night's game, as he takes a fastball at the knees, taken for a called strike, and the count now runs full to Chen. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And certainly facing somebody who throws 80, it would be a definite difficult change. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded, taken on one hop by the first baseman, Phillips, on the backhand, and he's going to win the race to the base. What a nice defensive play there by Phillips at first base. That ball was rocketed off the bat on one hop, stays low to his backhand side to get it, and then able to take himself as he wins the race by a couple of steps. So that retires Chen for the first out of the inning, ground out to 3. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Po Swan Wang. First pitch to Wang, a slow breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Wang was 2 for 4 in last night's game, as he takes a fastball low, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes it is. Right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to the right side, fielded by the first baseman, Phillips, who falls flat on his face as he flips it to first, and the ball gets by the pitcher covering, and a nice play by the catcher, Milne, to back it up, but it is going to advance Wang all the way to second base, as that is going to be an error charged to the first baseman. He made a really nice play, so back-to-back good plays. And as he was about to deliver, he ended up flipping it from his chest because he got his cleats caught. And the next thing you know, Wang's all the way over to second base. So somewhat comical, but somewhat unfortunate for the South Africans, as that puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And the first pitch delivered to the right-handed hitting Chang drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Chang, the 27-year-old catcher, saw a little bit of action in last night's game. He came on to replace Cow a little bit. And there's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So that's unfortunate. If that really does come back to haunt the South Africans, if they could have retired a batter runner there, then it would have been a situation where they'd have 2 out. But now they've got the runner in scoring position, and Chinese Taipei threatening here again with runners in scoring position for the second straight inning. As the right-hander delivers again, it's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. And I think if I was in the shoes of Damon King, I want to continue to throw the soft stuff up to the plate and the hooks, as many as I possibly can, because he's really got the Chinese Taipei hitters out in front. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chang as the right-hander King checks the runner at second. It's the 31st pitch of the ball game for him, and it's a fastball that misses low and away, and the count now goes even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And more than likely, as a tournament like this would drag on, it's in some ways to have a single game in a round robin. And especially in baseball, as that breaking ball misses outside, it's now full to Chang. Really, you will test the depth of teams the more games that you're able to play. And in a shot like this, where everybody plays everybody once in a very small pool, So that fastball swung on and fouled away. It can lead to an upset potentially, but one would have to think that the Taiwanese or Chinese Taipei team would probably be in a better position for a long-term tournament than the others that we are seeing in this one here. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to short, fielded by the shortstop. They've got the runner hung up between second and third, and they're able to execute a nice play over there by the shortstop, Tyler Smith, as he is able to get them in the rundown. The ball was grounded into the 6 hole. He fielded on the backhand. He checked the runner back at second, who was too far off the base. So that is going to go into the books as a 6-4 put out. The runner or fielder's choice, Chang, is safe at first. They definitely trade that all day long for the runner, but not very good base running here by Wong at second. So 6-4 on the putout for the second out, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Cheng Ju-sung. As they throw over to first base, and getting back is Chang. Defensively tonight for the South Africans, we didn't go through that. From left to right field, it is Wenzel in left, Wenzel in left. The center fielder is Carlesi, and right field it's Bouillon. As there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now is 1-0. Around the horn from first to third, Jonathan Phillips is at first. The second baseman is Ngope. At shortstop, it's Tyler Smith. The third baseman is Anthony Phillips with the battery of King and Milne. As there is a fastball that is waved at and missed, and the count goes to 1-1 on Sung. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Right-hander ready to go again, as he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner of the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sung. If South Africa can get themselves out of this again, you have to tip their hats to them. There's a breaking ball that is down. They appeal to the first base umpire, but they say he didn't go. Oh boy, we want to have a look at that one ourselves. I think if I was the South Africans, I'm not going to be very happy. Lots of animation from their dugout. Runs the count to 2-2. Again, the right-hander King kicks and fires. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count runs to 3-2. Well, with 2 away here, the catcher Chang is going to be off to the races, as Sung here waits on the offering from the right-hander. As he holds and now delivers, there goes the runner. Fastball swung on it, is grounded past the third baseman into left field, and Chang is digging hard for third, and he's going to slide in safely. And with a single, that is Sung. He absolutely blistered that one right past the third baseman, Phillips. I'll have to get a look at the replay of that one there, but I think Phillips saw his life flash before his eyes at how fast that got up on him. And in fairness, it probably should have been knocked down. I look at that one there. It was to his glove side. He took a step and he kind of olayed it. And so Sung is aboard with a single. Chang is the runner at third with 2 gone. And it's the top of the order, Chi Wei Lin, coming to the plate. So runners at the corners with 2 gone, and Chinese Taipei threatening again. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I remember a number of years ago that there was a lot of questions of why teams like South Africa or some of these other countries would be playing in these type of tournaments. And in some ways, people would say, they're not in the same class as Chinese Taipei or, countries like Japan or Korea or America or the Dominican and so on and so forth. But the reality is, if you want to build the game globally, you got to have the opportunities to play against some of these teams. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. And certainly South Africa, over the last number of years, their baseball has gotten better and has been much improved. And certainly if baseball wants to grow the game globally, that is something they need to continue to do. There's a breaking ball that misses down. Another stop by Milne, which is pretty good. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. The reason why I mentioned that is a number of years ago at the World University Games, it was hosted in Singapore, and they had a team in the tournament. They got shellacked by Cuba. It was like 27-2. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 3-1 to Lin. And so at the time, I was like, why are they doing this? But if you're going to have countries that are going to want to play baseball, they're going to have to go through some of those pains as well. Here's the 3-1. Breaking ball swung on and fouled straight back off the Domino's Pizza advertising sign, and that runs the count to 3-2 on Lin. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, if you are back around again tomorrow, be sure to join us as we'll do the live commentary again on the one tomorrow night. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4, and that is going to be the 3rd walk issued. Check that. The 3rd walk issued here tonight by King, and that is going to load the bases, and that is going to bring up Zhuwei Lin. Well, for Lin in the tournament, he is 2 for 4, and that came in last night's ball game. He walked his first time up, but was stranded in the first inning. So Lin here batting with the bases loaded and 2 gone. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I think at this point, Lin is going to get a steady diet of breaking stuff flying up to the plate as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses outside, but if that's a fastball, it was at 74 miles an hour. As we said, King was delivering pitches in and around the 80-mile-an-hour mark. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. It's now 2-1. Well, there's nowhere to put Lin. You're going to have to pitch to him. Going to have to get something good to hit. He's thrown 49 pitches tonight, has King, and 28 of them have been for balls. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, popped up foul. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate. And the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lin. Runner at third is Chang. Runner at second, Sung. Runner at first is the other Lin. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and now that runs the count full. So the runners are going to be on the move here with 2 gone in the inning. The crowd is into it here, and you got to think that South Africa is going to be looking to go to their pen here in the next inning or so. There is the pitch count rule in place. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called 3rd strike, and that is going to do it here for Chinese Taipei in the inning. Lin takes the pitch. Got to tell you, that pitch looked like it was a little bit low. We get the replay of that one. I think it was the benefit of a pretty good frame by the catcher, Milne, that was able to do that here to retire Lin for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, again, Chinese Taipei threatened, but they don't score. They leave the bases loaded. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was also an error, and there were 3 left aboard. That's 5 in the first 2 innings here for Chinese Taipei. Your score as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning, it is 0-0, and we'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a few. Here are some sights and sounds from Japan as we will be calling some of their stuff in another month's time. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Welcome back, everybody. We're a little late getting back into the saddle. The first pitch delivered by Shaw to Brandon Smith was hit right on the screws to the second baseman, Lynn, for the first out of the inning, and it's quickly 0-1 here to Anthony Phillips. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. Our front undrafted player in the house tonight. We appreciate you for popping in with us. We'll answer some of your questions here and comments as we move along here. As Shaw delivers a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third, fielded neatly by the third baseman, Wu. Throws to first, and Phillips is retired on a ground out 5-3. That's 2 quick outs here in inning number 2, and that'll leave it up to the right fielder, Brandon Bouillon. Defensively tonight for Chinese Taipei, from left to right field, it is Chi Wei Lin in left. The center fielder is Chi Xian Chen. And the right fielder is Cheng Jui Sung. Around the horn from first to third, Wang is at first. The second baseman is Zhuwei Lin. The shortstop is Yu Chang, and the third baseman is Ningting Wu, with the battery of Shaw and Chang. First pitch delivered to Brandon Phillips, breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. Here's the pitch, a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and now we're even at ones. A front undrafted player asked the question. He says, are any MLB players or is it all or minor league players for any of these teams? As the pitch is on the way, there is a fastball at the knees, take it for a called strike. Any player that South Africa has, nobody has made it to the major leagues. There are some players that have been to the minors. I'd have to do a deep dive and get you those ones there. On the flip side of the coin, there is a couple players with major league experience with Chinese Taipei. There was a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the right field line. It's slicing, and it is going to go into the corner. It just goes foul. Oh boy, that did not miss by much. Bouillon, who had a hit in last night's ball game, was looking to collect his second of the tournament. We got to look at the replay on that one, and it looked like it was just maybe a couple inches. So that keeps the count at 1-2 strikes. The South African manager has come out, and it looked like they maybe wanted to challenge that, but he retreats back to the dugout because they're not going to challenge that one at all. It is 1-2 here to Bouillon. On the flip side of the coin, Yu Chang most recently was a shortstop. He played with the Guardians, Tampa Bay, and the Red Sox, as that fastball misses upstairs, and the count is 2-2. So he had some major league service time within the last 4 or 5 years. Actually, about 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, he was still in the big leagues. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and Bouillon's down on strikes. He's gone for out number 3, and that's 2 innings in a row that South Africa has gone up, 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the top of the third inning. Your score, Chinese Taipei, 0, South Africa, 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments, and I'll carry on with the questions that our friend, undrafted player, had asked. Appreciate you guys for hanging in with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. That is Steve Rademacher, a friend of our channel, and he will prop up in between the innings from time to time. As Damon King back on the hill, he delivers a first pitch breaking ball that is down and in to Chi Xian Chen. Chen flew out to center field his first time up. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count now goes even to 1-1. Chen, Chang, and Wu to come to bat, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Chinese Taipei. Breaking ball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. As the right-hander ready to go again, he rocks and delivers. There is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 3-1. Our friend undrafted player, getting back to his original question. So the shortstop, Yu Chang, most recently, the second baseman is Zhu Wei Lin. He was with the Red Sox organization and the Twins. There's a fastball that misses outside. It's going to be ball 4 as Chen's got to get himself a walk. That's going to lead off the inning. And yet another free pass issued here. The 4th one here in 2+ innings by Damon King. He is really dodging bullets. And that's going to bring up Yu Chang to the plate. Chang struck out his first time up. He is 1 for 5 in the tournament, and the one hit was a 2-run shot in the 3rd inning of last night's ball game. As I mentioned about undrafted player asking the question, so the second baseman, shortstop, the Keystone combination, both with major league experience for the Taiwanese, or I should say Chinese Taipei. Ning-Ting Wu is familiar with us as that breaking ball misses down to Yu Chang. 1-0 here to the shortstop. Ning-Ting Wu had played with the Saitama Cebu Lions in the NPB, as he was a regular in their lineup a couple of years ago, but I don't know if I think he's out of the league now. I think he's in the Chinese league as that fastball misses inside. They said last night that Chang had signed a 3.5-year contract. Interesting that it's a half year with the Guardians in the Chinese league. As that pitch misses down, it's now 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Our friend undrafted player says during his amateur career, he played with some Taipei and South Korean players. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike to Chang. There were some nice guys and friendly, but not the same character as the French people. They have a little different, a different way about them, or maybe the French have a little different way about them. I'm not sure. As that ball is thrown over to first and diving back in time as the base runner Chen. And always appreciated. Those are off the top of my head. There's some other players with some minor league experience. There goes the runner. Fastball swung on, lined over the head of the third baseman into left field. Rounding second and heading to third is Chen. He's going to reach there safely, and Yu Chang is going to cruise into second with a stand-up double. And so now Chinese Taipei has got something brewing here. They've got runners again, the first 2 batters on with nobody out. Walk to Chen, a double by Cheng, and it brings up the aforementioned Ning-Ting Wu. And so Wu steps to the plate. He was 3 for 5 in last night's ball game. He grounded out in the first inning here to end the first. So 3 for 6 in the tournament. He does have a run driven in as he strides to the plate here. And it is going to bring the manager out to the mound, and that looks like that is going to be the end of the night for Damon King as he gets a pat on the back. South Africa is going to go to their bullpen. Well, I have to tell you this, that Damon King, when you're in the mound here, you're pitching in a hostile environment as it is in the Taipei Dome in Taipei City. And as I mentioned at the top of the stream, there's probably about 40,000 plus people that are in attendance. I don't know how many people that you're going to get to be pitching in front of in South Africa, but I guarantee you they're not filling up the Taipei Dome to come and watch baseball players in South Africa. So very, very interesting here. Yeah, did his best he could, but they're now going to head to the bullpen here to make a change. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back in just a couple of moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. Here is our friend Steve once again.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks. Zero Fox Sports. You know another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their picture, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Welcome back, everybody. The bullpen has been called to as Damon King's night is done. It is going to be Dean Jacobs coming in a difficult situation with runners at second and third and nobody out. The right-hander making his appearance tonight. They only have 13 pitchers on the roster, does South Africa. As we are checking here, looks like he is going to have a conference and he's completed his warm-up tosses. So his catcher, Milne, and him are going over some signs one would have to think. The 33-year-old hails from Cape Town. He's 5'10 and 196. He did appear in the first game going an inning and a third. So he's going to get an opportunity here to carry on. And the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Ning-Ting Wu. Wu kind of leaned back like he couldn't believe that was the call. So here comes the offering again from the right-hander as Phillips works himself to the set. Kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on as chopped softly past the bag at first base, fielded in foul territory by the first baseman Phillips. That runs the count now to 0-2. So a little bit different here as Jacobs has come in throwing strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes. One of the other pitchers on the team, as our friend was asking, was Justin Erasmus. And he would be 35 years old. One of the pitchers he had played in the Bundesliga with Heidenheim. As that fastball misses up and away, and the count is 1-2 to Wu. He was originally signed by the Boston Red Sox as an international free agent. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on, chopped softly over to first, fielded by Phillips. He's going to win the race to the bag, but it is going to get a run in. So that's going to be a ground out to 3, an RBI for Ning-Ting Wu, as it is going to bring home Chen with the first run of the ball game for Chinese Taipei. It is going to advance the runner Yu Chang over to third, so they're still not out of the woods yet, is South Africa. And it is going to bring up Woon-Ji Chen to the plate. So 1-0 here, as the Chinese Taipei have opened up the scoring. And there's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a call strike. But back to Erasmus for a moment. As he was playing, he had grown up in Australia, in Brisbane, and that was where he started his baseball career. As there's a fastball that misses upstairs, the count goes even to 1-1. He's also represented both countries at different times, but he ended up getting into with the minor leagues. He made it to low A with the Greenville Drive. I don't think he got much higher than that. Fastball misses up and away. Count now goes to 2-1. He did pitch in the Australian League as well. There are a few other players that are out there that have minor league experience, but nothing that's really, not even really to the AAA level, as that breaking ball is swung on and missed. The count goes to 2-2 on Chen. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Be a big deal here if Chinese Taipei could cash in a few more runs. It looks like it'll be a difficult night here for the South Africans. There's a fastball swung on. It is looped softly over the head of the shortstop, and that is going to get down for a base hit. And that will bring home Yu Chang with the second run of the inning and the second run of the ball game. As Chang has crossed the plate, an RBI single by Woon-Ji Chen. I have to say, if the infield wasn't in, and if they were in normal depth, that is probably a ball that would have been caught. But because they were playing the infield in, it was hit right off the end of the bat, a soft liner that was just looped over the head of the shortstop. A little bit unfortunate there for South Africa, and the pitch is a fastball that misses down. Count is 1 and no strikes to Po Swan Wong. Again, they throw over to first base, and diving back is the runner. That was a little closer than I'm sure that they would have liked. Chen there, they applied the tag. Kind of got him leaning the other way. So 1 and no strikes to Wong. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on, grounded to the shortstop who fields it, steps on the bag himself, and that is going to be a 6-3 double play as Wong is going to ground himself into the out as he is erased for the third out of the inning. And the second out of the inning was Chen. 2 runs in the inning here on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was nobody left the board, and we are now moving to the bottom half of the third inning. Your score is Chinese Taipei 2, South Africa no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you for all of those who check in with us on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this from our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Matt Hollis. Be sure after the game to go check him out and let him know that Last Raps Baseball sent you. Well, we've got ourselves coming to bat here. It is the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for South Africa. It'll be Tyrone Milne, Joshua Wenzel, and Jason Carlesi, if I've said that properly. Shaw is still on the mound for Chinese Taipei. And the first pitch is an 82-mile-an-hour slider that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Milne did not have an at-bat in last night's ball game. This is his first of the tournament. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes even to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. I have to say, this is the first time I've seen Shaw pitch, and he is the real deal. He is a pretty lanky right-hander who can really sling it. Fastball at 93 at the knees. That's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. A 28-year-old Milne waiting here on the offering from Shaw. Here comes the pitch. As he delivers, it's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-2. When Shaw came out in the first inning, he was pumping 95, but it looks like he's kind of settled down a little bit into his groove. Sure, the heart was racing in front of the 40-plus thousand. There's a fastball swung on, chopped softly to first. Fielded neatly by the first baseman, Wong, who takes it himself and steps on the bag. It goes as a ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Joshua Wenzel. So Wenzel comes to the plate. He was 1 for 4 in last night's game, had one of the 4 knocks that the South Africans had. They're looking for their first one here as he swings through a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count is quickly 0-1. Another player from Cape Town, South Africa, as the 0-1 pitch here ready to come from Shaw. He kicks and fires a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander against the right-hander. Shaw working himself to the belt. And the pitch is on the way. It is a fastball that is waved at and missed. That looked a little bit different. It almost looked like it was a sinker of some variety. Took a little bit of something off that one. Had Wenzel out in front. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. But if I'm the right-hander here, I'm powering up and going right after the South Africans. And there's a fastball that's come inside, and he's drilled Wenzel. He let him get away, so that is going to put him aboard. It'll be the first base runner for the South Africans tonight. Nothing like getting hit in the shoulder blade with a 93-mile-an-hour heater. But he is aboard by a hit by pitch, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Jason Carlesi. So for Carlesi, he's 0 for 3 in the tournament. As I said, I hope I say this name correctly. I took a look earlier. There was a couple of different enunciations, a couple of different letters. It could have looked like Carlisle, but that would be more of a different spelling. So here comes the pitch. Breaking ball that's taken at the knees for a call and strike. Count is 0-1. 1 gone here in the bottom of the third. It is 2-0 for Chinese Taipei. As they have the lead over South Africa. They scored 2 in the top of the third. There's a breaking ball missing inside. Count now goes even to 1-1. Chinese Taipei looking to score some runs or more runs. Certainly last night, they got their offense going late, but it was too late against Spain. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses way outside. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Shaw gets himself another baseball ready to go again as he checks the sign from his catcher Chang, and he works himself set. Here comes the pitch. 2-1 on the way. It's a fastball that misses down, and it's now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3-1 as the right-hander goes to the rosin bag, ready to go again. Keep an eye on the runner, see if they put the runner in motion, maybe to try to stay out of a double play. As the right-hander holds set. And they fire over to first base, and getting back in time is the runner Wenzel. So Chinese Taipei had the same thing in mind as we did, that maybe South Africa would put their runner in motion. But not so much here as he gets his lead off of first base. He's very timid with the lead. He doesn't have a foot on the turf yet. Here's the pitch. Runner doesn't go. It's swung on. It is popped up on the infield. And camping out underneath it is the pitcher, and he's going to be there to make the catch. You got to like that. Who says pitchers aren't athletes? Nice play there by the pitcher Shaw to retire Carlesi for the second out of the inning. It'll bring up the top of the order in Victor Ngope. So Ngope, 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. But he did have himself an 8-pitch at bat, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes it is. And now it's going to bring the catcher Chang out to the mound to have a word with his right-hander. And I like it. I remember back in the day, for those of you who are old enough to remember, there used to be a pitcher named Reggie Cleveland. He was a Canadian pitcher in the big leagues. I pitched with the Red Sox. Now they got the pitching coach out to the mound. I wonder if they're coming out to talk to him, because he kind of looked like it was a little bit goofy on the last pitch. So we're going to see what they have to see here. Maybe if it's his calf. That's what they're pointing at. They're pointing at the calf of his right leg. So I don't know if that was from when he had caught the pitch. We're going to look, or caught the pop-up. We'll look at that, or how he landed. But he came off the mound rather gingerly. He had asked for time, and the catcher had come out to have a chat with him. And as he came out to the mound, and we're hoping it's not a calf injury. I'll tell you, calf injuries are a pain. Remember a number of years ago, I was refereeing some basketball, and I had ran by the scorer's table, and I thought I got kicked in the back of the calf. But unfortunately, it wasn't getting kicked, or maybe fortunately wasn't getting kicked. What ended up happening is I had torn the calf muscle. And even though it was just a slight and a little tear, it ended up being where they say, hey, you're out of action for 2 to 4 weeks. And once you get better, then try to take another couple of weeks after that. Because there's not much you can do for that. And you look at some major league players who have issues with their calves over the years. Josh Donaldson was one of those players with the Toronto Blue Jays, and then had some similar issues. But it might be a cramping issue here more than anything. They brought out some water for the pitcher. I'm surprised they're taking this long. I would think they're going to have to make some sort of decision. The Chinese Taipei staff has got the interpreter. They're talking to the home plate umpire. So he's probably saying, hey, look, what are we doing? Are we going to leave him in, or are we going to take him out? They got to make a decision here because they want to keep the pace of this game going here. And so but what that does is if he's leaving through injury, they're going to afford the relief pitcher opportunity to be able to go and to get some warm-ups. But they're going to take a look right now. We're going to see if he can carrying on. He gets a couple of warm-up pitches, does Shaw. Certainly at this time of the year, they don't want to get him hurt. Let's see another pitch from him before we get going. They're going to make their determination. The managers, coaches were. And it looks like they're taking him out. The trainer says, no, that's it. You're done. And we're going to get ourselves a pitching change. It looks like here he's going to get himself some more water, but by the sound of it, or by the looks of it, it may not be a pull, but as much as he's cramping up, probably because he's probably sweating like crazy in the dome there. It is all amped up, but it looks like his night is going to be finished. And with that being said, we're going to take a little mini break here. 2-0 as we have an injury timeout. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us, but Chinese Taipei is going to have to get themselves another pitcher. We'll be back in just a few after this. Welcome back, everybody. We've got ourselves a injury timeout as Chinese Taipei is going to have to go to the bullpen. Their starter, Shaw, looks like he's leaving the game. My estimation is it looks like it's cramping and probably not anything that's been torn, but he is going to be leaving the ball game. We're going to get you the relief pitcher here when we return in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. We'll be right back after this from our friend Steve.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. It is going to be Dong Ming Lee coming into the ball game, a right-hander who is a little bit more three-quarters than the low three-quarters that we watched from the right-hander Zhu Chen Sha. As we said, Sha is left the ball game. It looked like he was cramping in his calves. So we have the right-hander here in the ball game taking over. 25-year-old stands at 6 feet tall, 163 pounds. He appeared in game one for Chinese Taipei. So the pitch count rules are this: 50-plus pitches, you got to have 4 days rest. 30-plus pitches, 1-day rest. If you pitch in 2 consecutive days, then you have to have another day of rest. Aggregate of 2 days not used to determine rest restrictions. And there's no more than 85 pitches in a single game permitted. So that obviously would go to more than likely some of the starters. Pitchers may not appear in 2 straight games if both are played on the same day. So obviously that it hasn't happened because they're not playing any doubleheaders or games where they would have to come back and to play. But those are the rules. As the right-hander here, he gets as many warm-up tosses as he needs because he may not have been throwing. So as we mentioned, the right-hander here, Dong-Ming Lee. Now, I don't know if it was the aggregate, like it was interesting because the pitcher Shaw had left the game with injury, but we weren't sure as he caught the pop-up on the play before, and then he threw a pitch, and the next thing you know, it was he had some issues with himself. And that's what ended up getting him taken out of the ballgame. He gets hugs from his group, but I do believe that it's probably more cramping issues than it is anything else. But we'll have to remain to be seen, and we'll see what the report would be there. I wouldn't expect that he would be available to pitch at all in the rest of the tournament unless he goes on Tuesday, if Chinese Taipei has to play on Tuesday. In some ways, it kind of makes me wonder if it would be in the interest of the tournament organizers that Chinese Taipei would play Tuesday, because if they did, you get yourself another gate receipt. Some of the earlier games when Chinese Taipei is not involved, there are way more empty seats than there are those with bodies. So here we go. Victor Ngope has a 1-0 count, and the pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a called strike from Dong-Ming Lee. Now the count goes to 1-1. So to set the stage, we've got the runner at first is Joshua Wenzel. There's 2 gone here in the inning. And 1-1 to Ngope. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. And really, this game has not had a whole lot of tempo and pace to it. It is kind of dragged here for the first almost 3 innings. This game, a lot of stoppages. There was a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Coming in underneath it with plenty of room to make the catch is the left fielder, Chi Wei Lin. And that is going to do it as Ngope is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, but there was the runner left on base. That was Wenzel, who was hit by the pitch. Your score, as we are now through 3 complete innings, it is Chinese Taipei 2, South Africa no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Laps Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll keep you entertained with our Japanese cheerleaders, and we'll be back in just a few. Welcome back to everybody. We are cruising to the top of the 4th inning, and coming to bat for Chinese Taipei, it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. That means it'll be Chang, Sung, and the top of the order, Lin, to get things going. The fans in the stands have Taiwan Go signs on their towels as the first pitch fastball delivered from the reliever. Jacobs misses up and in to Chang. So 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the 4th inning. As the fastball is swung on, this ball is line foul down the left field line, and the count now is going to remain at, or is going to go to 1-1 to Chiang. In this ball game here so far tonight, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Chinese Taipei. No runs, no hits, and 1 error for the South Africans. Right-hander Jacobs kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. Grounded foul past the bag at third base. Count now goes to 1-2 on Chiang. I have to say that when you watch the game here, or you're looking at some of the players, the athletes that are in the uniform for Chinese Taipei, not to knock the athletes from South Africa, they do have some fellas who look like they're pretty good shape, chiseled, look like ball players. But then you have some other fellas, as that fastball's grounded foul past the bag at first base, not as big in stature, a little bit undersized, not physically the same, what I would say, structure as maybe some of the other players that they're playing against. And that's what you have when you have guys that are, I don't want to call them amateurs. That would be an insult, but some of the players are maybe not making their livelihood playing professional baseball. As that fastball misses upstairs, the count goes to 2-2. So here's the 2-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's going to break the bat. It's going to land in front of the second baseman Ngope. He fields it and he throws to first. The bat was sawed off by Chiang. He ended up looping the ball over the pitcher's head. Nice play there defensively by Ngope to charge it, and it's going to be going in the books as a ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning because he had to take it on a hop. So Chiang is retired, and that is going to bring up the right fielder Cheng Ju Sung. Sung tonight is 1 for 1. He is 1 for 2 in the tournament. Batting from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Jacobs, who kicks and delivers. Fastball misses upstairs for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Sung is 22 years old. Batting from the right side. Got the start in right field here tonight. Pitch on the way. Slow breaking ball drops in for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. Have to say, so far since coming into the ball game, Jacobs has been far more effective than the starter, Damon King. And to King's credit, he was able to wiggle himself out of some jams. There's a breaking ball missing inside, and the count goes to 2-1. But he had walked 4 batters in his 2+ innings of work. Both of the runs in the ball game have been charged to the starter King as well, as that breaking ball is swung on and fouled off the catcher Milne. Count now goes to 2-2. It would be of very great interest if South Africa could hang around here deep into the ball game. But the problem is that they have not been able to do anything on the offensive side. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on, grounded into the 6 hole. Great play fielded by the shortstop, who throws to first. It's not going to be in time. What a play there by the shortstop. Got to say, Tyler Smith going to his backhand and then doing the Derek Jeter jump throw across the diamond to first base. The difference is the arm strength. Absolutely fantastic play, but the runner was safe by half a step. Infield single here by Sung. That is going to bring up the top of the order in Chi Wei Lin. It looks like we have a time count violation on Lin. The count is quickly going to go to 0-1 on him. So steps back in the batter's box with an 0-1 count. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on. This is going to be grounded through the 6 hole into left field. Rounding second and throwing on the brakes is going to be Sung. That's going to put runners at first and second. So now Chinese Taipei has got something brewing again, and it is going to bring up Zhu Wei Lin to the plate. We were talking a little earlier with our friend from France, undrafted player when he was here. Zhu Wei Lin, former big leaguer with the Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins. He was 2 for 4 in last night's game, 0 for 1 tonight, but he does have a walk. And the pitch is a breaking ball that misses down. A good stop there by Milne, able to contain it. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lin now 31 years old. He stands at 5'9". I'd mentioned that there was a fellow who used to do some work for me who had played in the Boston organization. And the word came back about Lin is that when Jose Iglesias, the Cuban, was in the Red Sox organization, as that breaking ball misses upstairs, now 2-0, they were saying that Lin was as good, just as good as Iglesias with the glove. A really slick fielding shortstop. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball that just misses inside, and the count now goes to 3-0. Lin was banged out looking on strikes in the second inning as he waits here on the offering from the right-hander who works himself to the set, kicks and fires. Fastball misses down. It's going to be ball 4. And now Chinese Taipei has loaded the bases, and that is going to bring up Chi Xian Chen to the plate. And it looks like it's going to bring the pitching coach out of the South African dugout as he's going to have a word with his reliever, Jacobs. Asking for time on multiple occasions, couldn't seem to get it. So bases are full. And you can see the South Africans, and very few in attendance. This one's surrounded by the Chinese Taipei faithful. And we're looking here. We're getting the manager. It's checking to see what the manager is doing. My guess is he's probably going to have his outfielders come in a little bit. Got to play a little bit shallow here because you got to be able to try to throw somebody out at the plate. On the flip side of the coin, the center fielder Chen, it does have some pop in the stick. He is 2 for 6 in the tournament. A couple of hits in last night's game. He's flown out to center and walked in this one. And he swings through a fastball, and the count is quickly 0-1. I must also say about Jacobs, not only has Jacobs had better control in this one, he's also, not just with his control, but got a little bit more heat. That last pitch was at 84. There's a breaking ball down. It gets away from the catcher all the way to the backstop. That's going to get 1 run in. Everybody's going to advance 90 feet. It's no balls and 2 strikes now to Chen, but a wild pitch is going to score the 3rd run of the game for Chinese Taipei. It's an unfortunate break here for the South Africans, as that now has made the score 3-0. Lots of real estate to the backstop for some reason. We watched a lot of the games here, but it just seems like compared to most, this is a little bit further. There's a fastball swung on. It is fouled into the netting down the first baseline. South Africa has their defense in on the, I don't call it the grass because there's no real definitive lines. But they're in on where the infield would be. They do have lines to indicate where the infield grass would be because there are cutouts for the bases. Breaking ball swung on, and that is fouled off over on the first base side, and the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes to Chen. It's not going to get any easier. You got the dangerous Yu Cheng waiting on deck, or Yu Cheng, I should say, as the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on. It's chopped over the head of the pitcher, fielded by the second baseman, and Gope moving to his right, but he's not going to be able to take a shot at the run coming home. And that is going to bring in the 4th one of the game. It's going to be a ground out 4-3. Chen's going to get himself an RBI. Scoring on the play is Lin. Advancing to 3rd is the other Lin, Zue Lin. And it is now 4-0 for Chinese Taipei here in the top half of the 4th inning. And it'll bring Yu Chang to the plate. And as I said, one of the things here, if the South Africans can hang around a little bit to give them some hope, as the first pitch from Jacobs on the way is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Yu Chang. But with a 4-0 scoreline right now, it kind of makes you wonder, are they going to be able to get themselves some runs here in this one? Their offense has not had a hit yet tonight. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Yu Chang is in the hole quickly at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Chang. Jacobs again kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on. It's popped up foul. It's going to reach the seats on the first base side of home plate, and the count remains at 0-2. In the World Baseball Classic in 2023, Yu Chang was the big man on campus, so to speak, for the Chinese Taipei, as there's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jacobs checks the runner, kicks and delivers. There goes the runner. And that is going to be an easy stolen base for Zhu Wei Lin, as he is going to advance. So Lin has stolen third. It runs the count now here to 2-2. Yu Chang, and now here comes the pitch from Jacobs. There's a breaking ball swung on, is lifted into deep left field, drifting back underneath it on the warning track, and making the catch is the left fielder Wenzel, and that is going to do it, as Chang is gone for the third out of the inning. But they score another pair more runs. They doubled their lead, as Chinese Taipei scored 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is Chinese Taipei 4, and the Republic of South Africa no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for jumping in and checking us out tonight on the Last Drops Baseball YouTube channel. Hope you guys are enjoying what you hear, and hopefully you guys will come back for the season when we do the NPB. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Drops Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 4th inning. It is going to be Tyler Smith, Jonathan Phillips, and Brandon Smith to come to bat here to face the right-hander, a reliever of Chinese Taipei. It'll be Dongming Lee back out to begin his 2nd inning of work, as he had come on in relief of the starter Shaw, who left because of injury. And the first pitch fastball is swung on, and it's going to be lined softly into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Tyler Smith has got his first hit of the tournament and the first hit of the ball game here tonight for South Africa, as it is now a leadoff single. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Jonathan Phillips. So Tyler Smith has had a pretty good game at shortstop tonight. He's made some really nice plays. And now he's got a base knock to go with it. That'll add to his war stories. And the first pitch fastball is taken at the knees for a called strike. Count is 0-1. I don't think Phillips liked the call there, just the way that he had moved back. Phillips, we were talking about players who could fill out uniforms. He has a very chiseled look about him, but he doesn't look like he's particularly big. There's a fastball swung on at his check swing foul that really drifts into the seats, and the count now is 1-1. 38 years old, stands at 5'11". So a longtime veteran of the national team. One would have to think that more than likely in his swan song here for South Africa. As there's a breaking ball swung on, it is missed. It goes all the way to the backstop. It's going to advance the runner Smith to second, but because the first base was occupied, Phillips is going to go down on strikes. He's gone for the first out of the inning. Smith goes to second on the wild pitch. Ball was down in the dirt right through the wickets. That's a Cardinals sin. as Cheng had to race all the way to the backstop, but safe at second is Smith. He's now in scoring position. First time tonight, South Africa's had a runner in scoring position. Brandon Smith at the plate here. He is 0 for 1. He lined out to the second baseman his first time up. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for called strike. The count is 0 and 1. So no balls and 1 strike. Dongming Lee on the mound here for Chinese Taipei as the South Africans are threatening. And there's a fastball swung on, lined into center, and it's going to get past the diving shortstop, Yu Chang, into center field. And South Africa is going to get on the board with their first run of the night. An RBI single off the bat of Brandon Smith. That's 2 good swings that he's had here in this one. And that scores Smith. And just like that, South Africa is got themselves back in the ball game with a 4-1 lead here for Chinese Taipei. Yu Chang had laid out, and it just got past the outstretched arm, was able to make that play. It brings Anthony Phillips to the plate. Phillips 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to third his first time up, and the first pitch is on the way. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0 and 1. So no balls and 1 strike. 34-year-old. As we said, another one. He stands in at 5'11". As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 0 and 2. You see a lot of fellas that are in and around that height. As we said, they don't have a lot of guys, at least on the positional side, that are particularly big. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, moving over to his right and making the catch is Sung. Retreating back to first base is Smith, and that is going to retire Phillips for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and it's going to leave it up to the right fielder, Brandon Bouillon. More action going on in the Chinese Taipei bullpen, as they do have a right-hander up and throwing. So Dongming Lee ready to deliver again. He throws a fastball, take it for a called strike. Count is 1-1. Bouillon struck out his first time tonight. He is 1 for 5. He just missed a ball landing fair his last time up. Fastball down in the dirt. Count now goes even at 1 and 1. It had sliced down the right field line, and it had just gone foul in his first at bat. Looks like they're making the call down to the bullpen. They're going to get some stuff going on. 1 ball, 1 strike. As the right-hander kicks and fires, fastball misses down. It's now 2 and 1. Probably firing up the bullpen for at least another inning. I would think that probably Lee is done here after this half inning. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball, misses down. It's now 3 and 1. I say he's going to be done after this half inning. He's got to get out of this half inning. So 3 balls and 1 strike. As Bouillon waits here on the offering from the right-hander, who delivers. Fastball swung through and missed. Count now runs full to Bouillon. Bouillon 1 for 5 in the tournament. Did have a hit in last night's game, or yesterday afternoon's game for South Africa against the Nicaraguans. Here's the 3-2. There goes the runner. Fastball swung on, lined into left field. That ball's going to drop down for a base hit. Stopping at second base is going to be the runner, Smith. That's going to put runners at first and second. So South Africa here brewing again, looking to add another run. They've already got 1 on the board in this inning, and they're looking for another one. That bat, it looked like it may have broken the bat of Bouillon. Looked like a piece of it had gone flying off. He was able to muscle it into left field for the base hit, but they are going to have a conference on the mound, is Chinese Taipei. As Yu Chang and the catcher Chang have come out to talk to their pitcher Lee. The Chinese Taipei brass pitching coach is on the phone. One would have to think that they're probably accelerating their pitches down in the bullpen. So here we go. Here comes the first offering to Tyrone Milne. Milne had grounded to first his first time up. Takes a breaking ball down, and the count is 1-0. The pesky South Africans are giving Chinese Taipei all they can handle now as they come back into this one. 4-1, they trail it. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count now goes even to 1-1 on Milne. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-hander works himself to the set position. Here comes the pitch. Checks the runner, now delivers. Fastball down. They throw backdoor to first base, and it's not in time as the runner slides back in safely. And they almost had him. It looked like he had him leading the wrong way. Nice job there by the runner to get back, though. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. And it is a fastball swung on and fouled away as it's now 2-2 to Milne. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the right-hander Lee gets his sign from his catcher Chang. And now he works himself into the set position. He checks the runner and delivers. Fastball swung on. Popped up over on the third base side. It's in foul territory. It's playable, and it's going to be caught by Nin-Ting Wu. And that is going to do it as Milne is going to be retired for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here for South Africa. Well, they get their first hits of the ball game. They scored 1 run on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 4 complete. Your score is Chinese Taipei 4, South Africa 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate those who have jumped in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat. It'll be Nin-Ting Wu, Wu Ji Chen, and Po Swan Wong. And the first pitch is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Wu. Wu is officially 0 for 2 tonight. He has driven in a run. He is 3 for 7 in the tournament. As the pitch from Jacobs is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. And now the count goes to 0-2. So Nin-Ting Wu in the hole here at 0-2. Right-hander working himself to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. Breaking ball down, and it skips away from the catcher all the way to the backstop. That is going to be a ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Just taking a quick look at a couple of items as the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. Count goes to 2-2. If you're new to the channel, we've dropped a couple podcasts. We are previewing the upcoming Japan season. We've knocked off a couple teams in the Pacific League, the Saitama Cebu Lions and the Oryx Buffaloes. Hopefully you guys can go and check out those podcasts as we've done some season previews. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called third strike. As that was on the inside corner, Wu goes down looking. He's gone for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Woon-Ji Chen. So Jacobs has come in and steadied the ship. He has pitched really well here tonight. So Chen waggling the bat as the right-hander delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down for ball one. Count is 1-0. He did give up a couple of runs in that last half inning, as there is another hard breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-0. I have to say, sometimes you can tell they're not really happy with the calls. Just the body language is the expression that says it all. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a fastball swung on, grounded to short. Fielded neatly by the shortstop, Tyler Smith, who throws to first. And Chen is retired on a ground out 6-3. That is 2 in the books. Leave it up to the first baseman, Po Swan Wong. But it looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound. And I think that's going to be it for Jacobs. Looks like the manager is on his way to the hill here. He's getting pats on the back from his teammates, and the manager has taken the ball from him. So Dean Jacobs' night is done. 46 pitches, 28 strikes, not bad. And that is going to be it for him. And we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. So we're going to come back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. Hang tight, everybody. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher, as he will keep you guys up to date with all of the happenings here and there. We'll be right back in just a few.
Thank you, Freddie. And hey, guys, let's open up a 5-card pack of 2023 Topps Baseball. And remember, during this timeout, you can also go visit some other channels. Oh, look, Jeter Downs. Bleh. Diamond Princess, she's great. Oh, there's a cubby. Screw that. Hey, go check out the one and only Bud Stoney. Oh, here's one for another Hollis build. And you can stay anywhere you want to when you're around Freddie and the Seattle area. That's good for Mr. Infuego. And you know what? Why don't we bring out one of the Oakland A's for a league of her own? Bingo! Thank you, Freddie. Pitchers look like they're ready. Let's play ball!
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Damian Perkins on in relief, and the first pitch from the lefty is a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Po Swan Wong. 2 gone here in the inning, as Perkins has come on in relief, and the pitch delivered is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. Wong tonight officially 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play, and he has reached on an error. As the lefty kicks and fires, there is a fastball. Take it for a called strike. I say fastball loosely as the lefty throws 75 miles an hour. We're going to see if there's any more juice in this than what he is delivering now. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as it is on the way. A slow breaking ball that misses inside. I have to tell you, he works really, really quickly. He gets the ball and he is off to the races. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Perkins again gets the sign as he works to the set. 2-2 on the way. Slow breaking ball swung on, grounded softly over to second, and Gope has to field it on the run. He throws to first. It's not going to be in time as the speedy Wong is able to make it down the line. And Gope had to go to his right as the ball had chopped past the pitcher. And the South African manager had come out. They thought maybe they would take a look at it, but he wisely turns back around and goes back to the dugout. That is going to be an infield hit here but for Wong. They had chopped that just to the right of the pitcher's mound. And Gopi, where he was positioned, had to circle the ball, come around it, and get it, but unable to make the play. And that is going to put the runner at first with 2 gone and bring up the catcher Cheng, and there Chang, who's at the plate. So Xiao Hung Chang at the dish. He is 0 for 2 tonight in this one. He has grounded out and he has bounced into a fielder's choice as he takes a fastball at 75 for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-1. Our friend Kyle Busch fan 8, Ryan, is in the house. We welcome you, Ryan. We appreciate you for hanging in here with us. Getting ready for another season, as there's a slow breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. Getting ourselves, this is like our spring training, calling the World Baseball Classic games. As we are getting ourselves geared up, going to have a few practices before the real thing. There's a fastball swung on, is lifted down the right field line, but it's going to slice into the seats. Just foul, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Chang. 4-1's the scoreline here for Chinese Taipei over South Africa. It is the top of the 5th inning. Chinese Taipei scored 2 in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th. They've had base runners in every inning. They have threatened often. They have left 6 runners aboard so far in this one. As Perkins throws over to first, and diving back in time is the runner Wong. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perkins holds to the set now, delivers. There's a slower breaking ball. That one didn't even register on the radar gun. As that misses outside, count now goes to 3-2 on Chang. Lefty working to the set, kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, lined over to third, taken on a hop. Nice play there by the third baseman, Phillips, who had to drop to his knees, got up and threw to first. And that is going to retire Chang on a ground out 5-3. Nice play there defensively, as that will do it here. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 4.5 innings, halfway through this one here. It is a 4-1 scoreline for Chinese Taipei over South Africa. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a bit. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. I'm going to give you guys a couple of NPB pieces, as we were doing last night. Some of our in-between innings stuff. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is a 4-1 ball game as we are going to be cruising now to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being with us. Hang tight. 4-1's your score, Chinese Taipei.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Po Yu Chen, another reliever here for Chinese Taipei, the 3rd pitcher used tonight, as he is taking over here to face the South Africans. He rocks himself into the windup. as he faces Wenzel, and the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Joshua Wenzel, Jason Carlesi, and then the top of the order, Victor Ngope to bat here. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball swung on, and it is going to be lifted foul down the right field line. Count now goes to 0-2. The 24-year-old Wenzel was hit by a pitch his last time up. He is 1 for 4 officially in the tournament. There is a fastball that is swung on and missed, and he is down on strikes. 87 miles an hour, not exactly a blistering heater, but more than enough to take care of the South African in that particular at bat. So we have one in the books. That brings up Jason Carlesi to the plate, as the right-hander rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away over on the first base side. Count is quickly 0-1. Carlesi was the one who popped out to the pitcher in the third inning. And that is where we believe that the game ended up, or at least where it ended up being the end of the night for the starter Shaw, as that pitch misses down and the count is 1-1. And we believe it was more cramping than it was probably anything else, but it was the calf muscle that he was reaching for. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike. Count is 1-2 to Carlesi. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4-1 lead here for Chinese Taipei, last half of the fifth, as the pitch is a breaking ball waved at and missed. So back-to-back strikeouts here for the reliever Po Yu Chen, who's come into the ball game. So nice job for him. 2 in the books. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Victor Ngope. And Ngope had a heck of an at-bat to start the ball game. It was an 8-pitch at-bat before grounding out. And he flew out to left field his last time up. He takes a fastball outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. The 27-year-old stands 5'8". As we mentioned before, not a lot of big fellas in the lineup. A lot of guys that are 5'11", 5'10", 5'9". As there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander Chen rocking into that windup. He kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded softly to short. Yu Cheng fields it, flips it to first, and that is going to do it. That's going to be a ground out, 6-3. And that will do it here for the South Africans in their half of the fifth inning, as they go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now through 5 complete. Your score is Chinese Taipei 4, South Africa 1. Stick around, everybody. The 6th inning is just around the corner. We're glad you guys could be with us here for this one. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the Chinese Taipei batting order to come to bat to face the South Africans here in the top of the 6th inning. So by our counts, it'll be Cheng Jui Sung, Che Wei Lin, and Zhu Wei Lin to come to bat. So 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order, and it is still going to be the left-hander Damian Perkins on the hill. He came on in relief in the 5th inning. He allowed a hit and got the other batter that he faced. So here he is facing Sung to lead it off. Sung tonight is 2 for 2. And he takes a fastball for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Sung 0 for 1 in last night's affair, but 2 for 2 tonight, 2 for 3 in the tournament. All singles at this point. As the pitch is a slow breaking ball swung on, it is popped up softly into right field. Digging hard is the right fielder and diving, and he's going to miss it, and that's Bouillon. His ball's going to go all the way to the wall. This is going to be trouble. Rounding second, rounding third is the runner. Here comes the play to the plate, and the throw is not going to be in time, as it is going to be Sung who's going to make it all the way around the bases. We're going to take a look and see how they score that one, but as far as I'm concerned, that's going to be an inside-the-park home run. That's exactly what it was. The right fielder, Bouillon, unable to keep the ball in front. And Sung, with an inside-the-park home run, has extended the lead to 5-1. Not the best decision there by Bouillon. He ended up diving for it, and then he had to go back and chase it down. And got to give credit there to Sung. He was coming hard out of the box and made it all the way around. The throw to the plate, it did not get there in time, and it was a nice throw there to have to apply it, but he was well safe in well due time. I don't know if they're going to look at this or not, but a bit of an awkward slide there by Sung. But he makes it in there safely. So one right fielder to the other right fielder, and Bouillon probably was wanting to dig himself a hole right now. So that has been a couple of plays tonight that have cost the South Africans. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I have to tell you, when you watch this and you watch Major League Baseball on TV, the major leaguers make things look easy. As there's a breaking ball at 66 that misses upstairs, count is 1-1. Major leaguers, when you watch them on TV, they make things look so flawless. Breaking ball misses down, and the count is 2-1. And not to take anything away from these two teams that are playing here tonight, but as we noted with the South Africans, just a little bit short on some of the physical abilities in terms of being able to throw hard, run fast. As that breaking ball is taken for a called strike, and the count's now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on, chopped slowly over to third, fielded by Phillips. He's going to have to hurry, and the throw is not in time as Lynn's able to get down the line. Nice play, though, by Phillips, ranging to his left, had to go into the 6 hole as he had made the play. Just the speed down the line of Lynn and maybe the lack of arm strength. We watched the replay. He was safe by half a step. So Lynn's got himself an infield single, and that's going to bring up Zue Lin to the plate. So as we said, 5-1 now. Chinese Taipei leads this one here. Nice job of base running there all the way around by the runner Sung. And the pitch is a breaking ball that misses low to Zue Lin. 1 ball and no strikes. And the question is at what point in time will Chinese Taipei have an explosion of runs? As Perkins throws the ball over to first to try to pick off the runner, but no such luck. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Perkins working himself to the set. Here's the pitch. And it comes inside. Nice job there by Lin. It was a changeup or a fastball, depending upon how you look at it here or measure it from Perkins. And Lin does a good job of turning into the pitch. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, that's the one you want to get hit by. And Lin is going to be aboard for the 3rd time tonight. He has a couple of walks already to his name. So he is aboard. It advances Lin over to second. There's nobody out. And that is going to bring the batter Chi Sian Chen to the plate. And the pitch on the way as he squares to bunt is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Now the Chinese Taipei are looking to add more runs to the board here. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball that misses outside. They throw down to second to try to backpick the runner, Lin, but he slides back in there safely. It is now 2-0 to Qi Chen. And it's not going to get any easier. On deck is Yu Chang. Again, he squares the bunt, and he bunts it foul down the third base line, and the count is 2-1 to Chen. You think about it, you wouldn't see in Major League Baseball too many three-hole hitters squaring the bunt. But they are here, that is for sure. So here comes the 2-1 pitch as the lefty kicks and fires. Squaring the bunt again is Lin. This time fielded by the catcher. He's going to go to first base, but it's going to be a sacrifice bunt. It's going to go in the books. Sacrifice 2-4 on the putout. Advancing the runners to third. Lin goes to third. The other Lin goes to second. High fives all the way around for Chen as he returns to the dugout. That's the first out of the inning. So they got two runners still in scoring position. They're looking for a big inning here as it's going to bring Yu Chang to the plate. I hate to say it, but I got to think they're going to put him on here. That's exactly what it is. Yu Chang, yeah, you got to hold up the four fingers and put him on. Don't let him beat you. That'll load the bases up here. It's going to bring Ning Ting Wu to the plate. Somebody's going to beat you, make Wu beat you. Wu is 0 for 3 tonight. He does have a run driven in. So we're literally running up to the plate. I think they have that pitch count clock going on. So he steps into the batter's box ready to go. And the first pitch from Perkins is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded up the middle, and Gope fields it. Oh, a nice backhand play over to second for one. Back to first, and it's a double play. And that is going to be of the 4-6-3 variety. So some good decisions there to walk the runner, Yu Chang. And a great play there by the defense of South Africa to end the inning. So in the inning, they got one run, did Chinese Taipei. It was the inside the park home run by Sung. They had one run on the benefit of two hits. There were no errors. There were two runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the sixth inning, it is Chinese Taipei 5, South Africa 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It was a beautiful double play to end the inning. South Africa at times has shown some really quality plays and quality defense. And that was certainly one of those situations. It was a ground ball up the middle, and Gope had fielded it on the backhand, and it flipped it over to the shortstop Smith, covering at second. Had to get themselves the double play. Outstanding. The first pitch delivered from Chen to Tyler Smith is a breaking ball that has hit him in the foot. And he is aboard here to lead off the bottom of the sixth inning on a hit by pitch. So that is going to put a South African aboard, down 5-1. But on the flip side of the coin, they've made a couple errors tonight. The right fielder diving for that ball, unable to get him up with that on the inside the park home run. Probably poor decision. Could have kept it in front of him. That was a single turned into a inside the parker. And then the third baseman, Anthony Phillips, tonight, late a play, but as we said, surrounded by some nice defense. They also have had some lemons. No official, least at this point, there's nothing officially in the books. It looks like that the shortstop, Tyler Smith, is testing out his calf muscles. He got hit. The ball bounced. Oh, that's where it was. It got him. It looked like it might got him on the outside part of the shin. So he's run down to first base, and they're checking on him. That would be a loss, certainly, to lose the shortstop. Looks like it's on the outside part of his leg that he got drilled there. So we're just going to have to wait and see here for a couple moments to see if he's going to be able to continue or not. He's going to run down the right field line. And we'll see what he has to say. It looks like they're going to leave him in the ball game. He's told the trainer that he's good to go. So that was quick and painless and easy. As the right-hander Chen here has been taking a couple of warm-up tosses on the in-between. So Jonathan Phillips coming to bat here. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and struck out in his 2 trips. The veteran first baseman swings at the first pitch. He lines it softly up the middle to Yu Chang, and they're going to double off the runner Tyler Smith at first base. That's going to go as a double play, 6-3 on the lineout. That's unfortunate there, as Smith had got a little too far off the base. And that's what we say. You start having some of these particular plays. He got himself there. You got to freeze on the line drive. And he was unable to do that. He ended up getting his secondary lead, and then he took a couple extra steps. Yu Chang able to get him. And that's going to leave it all up to Brandon Smith. The first pitch to Smith is a fastball that misses up and away for ball 1. Smith tonight has driven in the only South African run. He is 1 for 2. That single his last time up as the pitch on the way. Fastball misses inside. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 to Smith. Right-hander rocking into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that he swings through and missed. That was one of the faster pitches we've seen from Chen. 93 miles an hour as he blew it right past the designated hitter of the South Africans. So here comes the 2-1 pitch as he rocks and delivers. There's another fastball, this time at 94. Swung through and missed. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I'm not sure where the batter there, Smith, went. He went back to, looked like he took his personal timeout, put a little bit more pine tar on the bat. As the right-hander rocks himself into the windup and delivers, it is a fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the right-hander rocking into the windup and delivers. And there is a fastball taken for called third strike. Not sure what Smith was looking for. It wasn't that. He's caught window shopping and gone for the third out of the inning. And it's an unconventional 1-2-3. After a hit by pitch, the line drive double play, and the strikeout to get Smith looking, and South Africa's done here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We are now through 6 complete. Your score is Chinese Taipei 5, South Africa 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. Our friend the hobbyist is here, and we are great to have you with us. Appreciate you for checking in. We'll be back in just a few. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. As we said, this is some of the stuff you'll see in between the games we're doing in the Japanese League. We have a few of our little teasers up here. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's a pitching change as it is going to be Josh Tribe on the hill. The 21-year-old right-hander takes over and he delivers an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Take it for a called strike. So Josh Tribe on the hill here for the South Africans as he is facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order for Chinese Taipei as that fastball swung on, lifted down the left field line. Giving chase is Smith and the left fielder Wenzel, but it's going to drop foul, and the count goes to 0-2 on Chen. Chen is 1 for 3 in this one tonight. He's got a single and 3 trips. He's also had a couple of ground outs. 1 for 4 in the tournament. As is the Chinese Taipei enjoying a 5-1 lead. They will take on the Nicaraguans tomorrow night. That will be a big game as we will be back on the airwaves again tomorrow to make the call as that pitch is a breaking ball that misses up and in. So ball and 2 strikes to Chen. Again, Tribe delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and that is going to run the count to 2-2. Interesting, Tribe, when he throws, he got one up to 88 miles an hour, and then that last pitch was down at 82. And those were all 4 seams. There's another fastball. This one's at 89, and it backs Chen off the plate. The count runs full at 3-2. I would say this, that he looks like he has some difficulty repeating his delivery. As the 3-2 pitch is on the way, there was a fastball swung on it, is lifted into center field. And moving over and then moving in on it is the center fielder. That is Carlesi, and he is going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Chen for the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Po Swan Wong. Our friend the hobbyist up early on a Saturday morning, and he has checked in with us as the pitch is a breaking ball missing upstairs. The count is 1-0. Not sure what kind of weather they're getting in Tennessee these days, but we had an earthquake here yesterday. By some accounts, it was a 5.1 on the Richter scale. It was the most violent earthquake I've ever experienced. As there's a fastball swung on, it is lined over to short. It is picked up on a hop by Smith. I thought he was going to catch it on the line. Ended up that Wong ends up beating it all the way out to first base. I think that the shortstop is a little bit disappointed with himself on that one, Tyler Smith. Looked like the ball was going to hang up. He dropped it and he to catch it, and then he bobbled the ball, fired it to first. The runner was safe by a step. My guess is that they were going to have to do this. Hobbyist said it was 9 Fahrenheit yesterday. Fastball swung on. This is popped up foul. It's going to reach the seats. Count is 0-1 to the catcher, Chang. Well, as I mentioned, it was 5.1 on the Richter scale. Literally, things were shaking all over the place. As there, he threw over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Wong. One of the things here was that they were talking about was, I'm going to be in Taiwan this year. I'm not going to Japan. I'm going to be in Taiwan at the end of the summer. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses up and away. Milne looked like he wanted to throw behind the runner, but he ended up dropping the ball on the transfer, and the count now is even at 1-1. So one of my customers told me, they said in some of the buildings in Taiwan, they're not all earthquake proof. And they said if the building is swaying side to side, just hunker down and relax. If the building starts going up and down, get out as fast as you can because that could collapse. As there's a fastball that's taken for a ball off to the races, goes Wong, and he's going to slide into second base safely with a stolen base. So Wong has himself a stolen base here tonight. But I got to tell you, if the building is going up and down or side to side like it did today, although it was about almost 30 seconds, probably about 25 seconds, and it came in a couple of waves. That was the interesting part. Breaking ball misses upstairs. The count goes to 2-1. They also say that you got to be ready for some aftershocks. It was funny. I was actually laying down on the couch when it went on, and I just was like, what is going on here? And there's a fastball that comes inside and has hit Chang on the elbow. So he is going to be bored with a hit by pitch. That's going to put runners at first and second with one gone. And now it'll bring up the right fielder, Cheng Jui Sung. Yeah, there was no report of injuries out here, and it did make the news as the pitching coach is on his way up the mound to talk to his young right-hander. So I thought it was really interesting. We've never really seen that before. I hadn't really been a part of that before. There was an earthquake out here a few years ago, but it was just minor. It was around the 2 or a 3. I want to say it was about a 2.8 or something like that. Barely could feel it. Didn't last very long. They called off all tsunami alerts, so there was nothing for a tsunami that could take place. Our temperature here has been pretty balmy. It could get up to 50 degrees tomorrow. They're saying by midweek we might even be up around 57 degrees. So we've been enjoying some pretty nice weather if you like rain. So here we go back to the live action as Tribe is working to the set. He is facing Sung here, and the pitch is a fastball that's foul tipped away into the glove of the catcher, and the count is 0-1. Sung hit the inside the park home run his last time up. He's also got a couple of singles tonight. He's 3 for 3 with that home run and an RBI. 3 for 4 in the tournament. As the right-hander Tribe delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses upstairs at 78. Count goes even to 1-1. Hobbyist asks if I'm in Japan. And no, I'm not in Japan right now. On the beautiful west coast of British Columbia. So here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 2-1. I understand that there were people down in Seattle said they may have felt it. So I thought that was kind of interesting as well. Some people here never felt it. If you were in your car driving, sometimes you don't even experience it. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside. The count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Sung. The top of the order, Lin, waits his turn on deck. So 3 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander Tribe works set. Now delivers. Then there's a fastball that comes in at 87 and has nailed Sung. So he's going to get aboard on a hit by pitch. That's the second in consecutive or in succession here as Tribe has drilled the 8 and the 9 hole hitters to load the bases. Oh, and that's gonna hurt. So Sung's a right-handed batter, and he came to check his swing, and it got him on the right forearm. So he is getting attended to by the trainer. Sometimes you'll see guys when they get hit there. Our friend the hobbyist says, fixing to go eat breakfast. Have a great stream. We appreciate you, Chris, for popping in. As always, haven't had a chance to get into some of your stuff lately. It's been just pretty hectic over here, but I do appreciate you. I do pop up and see some of the things that go on, and we look forward to being able to have some more free time. We were kind of saying, when is the next blip like we had in 2020? I need to take some time off. So here comes the first pitch to Lin. It's a fastball that misses outside. Lin tonight has reached base every time he's come to the plate. The 22-year-old or the 20-year-old has 2 hits, 2 walks, and he has a stolen base. as the right-hander Tribe delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up behind home plate, but that ball is going to drift into the seats. The catcher, Milne, got tangled up a bit with the umpire there. So 1-1 strike it is to Lin. One gone here on the top of the 7th. The Chinese Taipei has the bases loaded. They are enjoying a 5-1 lead as the 21-year-old Tribe delivers. Fastball swung on, another one that's popped up. This time it's on the left side of the infield. The infield fly rule is in effect. Ball is hauled in by Smith, and that is going to retire Lin for the second out of the inning, and it'll bring up the second baseman, Zue Lin. So Zue Lin tonight, he is officially 0 for 1. He struck out in the second, but he has been walked twice, and he's been hit by a pitch. And he also has a stolen base to his credit. So here comes the first pitch from Tribe. Fastball at 88 misses well off the outside corner. Count is 1-0. Tribe can bring it up there in the upper 80s. An arm like that, he could definitely be a minor leaguer. And at 21 years old, I'm not sure what his status would be. There was a fastball swung on, and that's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. The count goes even to 1-1. So 1-1 strike. Lin batting from the left side here against the right-hander Tribe. Gets the sign from his catcher, and he now delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away. Count now goes to 2-1. Nowhere to put Lin. They're going to have to pitch to him here, so you got to think he's going to get something good to hit in the next couple of pitches. As the 2-1 is ready to come here, and the pitch is on the way. Fastball misses way outside. It's now 3-1. Well, the 10 runs through 7 are now in effect. If South Africa is able to, or if Chinese Taipei is able to stick another 6 more on the board against the South Africans, as the 3-1 is on the way. Fastball misses way outside. That's going to be ball 4. So Lin is going to walk. He's going to get himself an RBI, his 3rd walk of the night. That's going to bring home Wong. It's going to increase the scoreline to 6-1. Advancing to third is Chang. Sung goes to second, with Lin advancing to first. And it looks like the South African manager is making his way out of the dugout. When that happens, that usually means it's the end of the night for the pitcher. So, and that's what we are expecting here. Hang tight, everybody. It looks like we got ourselves a pitching change on our hands, as we are going to have ourselves a mound visit. Managers come out, taking the ball from the pitcher. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Your score, it is Chinese Taipei 6 and 1 for South Africa. We'll be back as they are threatening for more in the 7th inning.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Matt Hollis after the game. Be sure to go check him out, as he has got all kinds of interesting stuff. The pitching change, it is going to be Daniel Mendelssohn, who is coming into the ball game to replace Josh Tribe. So we'll see how he does. This will be the 5th pitcher used tonight by South Africa. So Daniel Mendelssohn on in the game as we just make our notes here to get caught up. Just looking at the stats for the South Africans as we are looking at their pitching here tonight. The walks have hurt their pitching. They've issued 7 walks, but they've also clocked a couple of batters here as the first pitch is a fastball that misses up and away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Chi Hsien Chen at the plate here to face the right-hander as the pitch on the way is a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike at 71 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chen tonight is officially 0 for 2. He's walked and had a sacrifice. As the right-hander delivers, it is a breaking ball hammered foul down the right field line. As it just hooked it to the right of the foul line. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chen here. So right-hander Mendelssohn ready to deliver again. Here comes the pitch. As he kicks and fires, it's a fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 7th inning, 6-1 it is for Chinese Taipei. As the right-hander holds to the set, now delivers again. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Goes back to the third base side of home plate. 2-2 remains here on Chen. Bases are full of runners. Chinese Taipei looking to pad their lead here. That's the 2-2 pitch on the way from Mendelssohn. Pitches a breaking ball swung on. This is going to be sliced foul down the left field line. Oh, he didn't miss it by much, and the count remains at 2-2. Ball's just got to straighten that out a little bit, and that would have been big-time trouble. That might have cleared the bases here for Chinese Taipei. So Mendelssohn ready to go again. As he gets these signs from his catcher Mill and he works himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. That was at 85 miles an hour. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's starting to turn into a bit of a battle. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. 85 miles an hour. I love it. They call it a changeup. I think they have to get their eyes examined. That's probably is the peak we're going to see from Mendelssohn at 85. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside. Count now goes to 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat here. As he delivers, it's a breaking ball swung. This ball's hammered down the right field line, and it's going to just hook foul into the corner. Another one that would have probably cleared the bases. He's going line to line here is the center fielder Chen. Quite the battle that is ensued here. Yu Chang is waiting his turn on deck. More than likely probably licking his chops to come to the plate. And here comes the offering from Mendelssohn. It is a breaking ball that misses down. That's going to be ball 4. And that is going to advance a run across the plate. It's going to increase the score line to 7-1. So a walk and an RBI for Chen. It advances Lin over to second. Making his way over to third is Sung, and scoring is Chang. Now a 7-1 ball game. It's going to bring Yu Chang to the plate. So Chang coming to the dish. 1 for 3 officially tonight. He's got a double. He's scored a run, and he has been intentionally walked. And the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third. A nice play there by the third baseman Phillips. Throws it across the diamond, and a good pick by the other first baseman Phillips. And Yu Chang, all he can do is smile and laugh as he walks off the field. That's going to go down as a ground out 5-3 to end the inning. They send 8 batters to the plate, the Chinese Taipei. They score 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of only 1 hit There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom half of the 7th inning, it is Chinese Taipei 7 and South Africa 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here tonight. Our friend Tarek is in the house. He says he's got a question here, and hopefully we can answer that when we come back after this. Hang tight, guys. Appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. Check out our cheerleaders. We'll be right back in a few. We are heading to the last half of the 7th inning. Your score is now 7-1 for Chinese Taipei. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. We'll take this little time out, and we'll come back with this in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is Phillips who is at the plate here, and we appreciate you guys for jumping in with us again tonight. I think Tarek may have left the stream. We left him hanging in there. Sometimes we get caught up on what we're calling, and so we look away from the chat. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Anthony Phillips. Phillips made that nice play to end the last half inning defensively. He is 0 for 2 tonight. He is grounded to third, and he has flown to right in his 2 trips to the plate. As the pitch is a fastball that is swung on and lifted foul into the netting on the third base side of home plate. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Phillips. 0 for 6 in the tournament as the South African third baseman. As the right-hander rocks himself into the windup and delivers. Fastball swung on. It's going to be looped over the head of the shortstop. It's going to get down for a base hit into left field. And Phillips is aboard with a leadoff single here to start the 7th. That'll bring up the right fielder, Brandon Bouillon. Tough night at the office for Bouillon as he is 1 for 2 tonight, but it was the defensive, I guess maybe debauchery that he had in right field that led to the inside the park home run. The 35-year-old stands at 6 foot, so he's a veteran of the national team. One would have to think that this would probably be, unless they qualify for the Classic, this is probably going to be his swan song for major tournaments, you'd have to think. So the right fielder waits in here on the offering from the reliever. Chen, who delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. So 1 ball and no strikes it is. I was talking a little earlier. We had an earthquake yesterday. Some people said it measured 5.1, or some reports. Some said it was 4.7. So wondering if we're going to get some aftershocks as that breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Matt Hollis down in San Diego kind of laughed at us as there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-2. Just another day in California with an earthquake. We don't get them very often, that's for certain. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball that misses low, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Be back at it again tomorrow night. It'll be Nicaragua going head-to-head against Chinese Taipei, as there's a fastball swung on it, is lined into straightaway center field, coming in on it and making the catch as the center fielder, and they're trying to double up the runner at first. Nice catch there by Chen. He came in and tried to show off his arm to backpick Phillips. But Phillips drives in there safely. It was a good ball hit by Bouillon. Bouillon hit that ball on the screws to center field, but it just hung up enough for the center fielder to come in and make the grab. So he is gone for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the catcher, Tyrone Milne. So Milne coming to the plate. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right field. Backing up and underneath it to make the catch is Sung, and he is going to put Milne away for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs after the leadoff single. That's going to leave it all up to the left fielder, Joshua Wenzel. Well, for Wenzel, he is officially 0 for 1 tonight. He was hit by a pitch in the third inning, and he struck out in the fifth. He only stands at 5'7". There's a fastball that misses down and in. Count is quickly 1-0. So a ball and no strikes. Right-hander ready to go again as he kicks and fires. There's another fastball. Boy, that pitch very generous there. At 92, catches the outside corner. I have to say, the umpiring tonight has been a little bit dicey. It's a 7-1 game, so you can't blame the umpiring for much, but there have been some calls that make your head scratch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Chen ready to go again, works himself to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, lined into right field. This ball is going to get down. Is it going to stay fair? Yes, it does. And rounding second and heading to third is Phillips. That's going to put runners at the corner. So Wenzel's got a base hit, his second of the tournament. As it is going to put Phillips all the way around to third. And South Africa with 2 outs are threatening, as they're going to bring up the center fielder, Jason Carlesi, to the plate. We're going to look at the replay on that one. Landed right on the right field line. So runners are at the corners. It's going to bring a conference to the mound here, as the pitching coach is out here for Chinese Taipei to have a word with their right-hander. So Lin is now off of the hill as he runs back to the dugout, and Po Yu Chen getting some words of encouragement here. So he's ready to go back to work and striding to the plate. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. I think that is going to be the end of the night. Or is it? We'll have to double check here. It's going to be a pinch hitter, Chris Byers, coming to the plate for Carlesi. The first pitch to Byers is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is quickly 1-0. So he gets an opportunity to show what he can do. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Byers. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes even to 1-1. We'll see if he's going to stay in the ballgame in center field. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the right-hander kicks and fires, it's a fastball swung on and tipped into the mid of the catcher. Count goes to 1-2. That last pitch was at 92 miles an hour on the gun. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander holding to the set. Kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The pinch hitter Byers, he goes down on strikes. He's gone for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it. Well, South Africa threatens, but they don't score. There was no runs in the inning. There were 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. We are now through 7 complete. Your score is Chinese Taipei 7, South Africa 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a little bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It is Ning-Ting Wu to lead it off here in the 8th inning, and he swung through a first pitch fastball, and now he takes a breaking ball in the outside corner. He's in the hole at 0-2. It'll be Wu, Chen, and Wang here, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the order for Chinese Taipei. Wu tonight, after having a good game last night, 0 for 4 in this one, as he takes a breaking ball down, and the count goes to 1-2. He is 3 for 9 in the series with no homers and a couple of RBIs. As Wu waits on the offering, here's the pitch. And it's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-2 on Wu. Ting Wu, as we mentioned before, he had played with the Saitama Cebu Lions. We'd seen him play a couple years ago as he was applying his trade in the NPB. Fastball misses down and away, and the count now runs full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander against the left-hander. Mendelssohn has loaded the count full, and there is a breaking ball swung on it. It's going to be lifted into center field, moving over and making the grab. We have to get a look at that to see who that is now patrolling in center field. It looks like it is number 29. And by our accounts, that would be Joshua Wenzel. So Wenzel now patrolling center field. He has moved over from left field. So 1 gone here in the inning, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Wen-Ji Chen. And the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. There's a fastball that is swung through and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2. Chen tonight, 1 for 4, single and 4 trips. He's also grounded out twice and flown out once. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses down and away outside. Count is 1-2. That was the 20th pitch delivered by Mendelssohn. See if South Africa can get out of this one here without having to use another arm. Fastball swung on, grounded softly to short. Smith makes it look easy, moving to his left, throws to first, and that is going to retire Chen on a ground out 6-3. So 2 quick outs here in the 8th inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Po Swan Wang. Just looking here tonight in this one, Chinese Taipei has not gone 1, 2, 3 yet. But in that being said, as the first pitch is a fastball that makes Wang skip rope, count is 1-0. Wong tonight has been on base 3 times. He's got a couple of singles, a stolen base. He did reach on an error, and he's grounded into a double play. As the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0. Opportunity for South Africa to get the side 1-2-3 here. Something they have not achieved in this one yet. There's a fastball taken at the knees for called strike. Count is now 2-1 to Wong. 4 for 8 in the tournament is the first baseman of Chinese Taipei. As there's a pitch that swung on. This is going to be lifted into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. So he's got himself a 2-out single. That's his 3rd hit of the game, 4th time he's reached base. And so Wong is celebrating with his teammates in the dugout. I'm not a big fan of that. I have to say it was a decent piece of hitting. He did get it off the end of the bat, stayed inside, the ball went the other way. They get the first base, and he starts giving the celebrations to the dugout. Just play the game and celebrate once you get your victory. Here comes the offering. It's a fastball that's come inside, and it has hit the catcher, Chang. It's the 2nd time tonight he's been hit by a pitch. So they've got runners at first and second here with 2 gone. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Cheng Ji Sung. Sung tonight is 3 for 3. He's also been hit by a pitch. He's got a home inside the park home run. So he is coming to bat here for the 5th time this evening. And here comes the offering from Mendelssohn, who kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on, grounded foul past the bag at third base, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Do wish to thank everybody who has popped in to listen to us tonight. Whether you stay for a while or you stay for a few. Either way, we appreciate you guys jumping in. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that misses down. Nice job by keeping in front there by Milne. Does not allow the runners to advance. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. As we said, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. Nicaragua and Chinese Taipei. Same time, same place, same channel. Hopefully you guys can make it in. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Mendelssohn working himself to the set position. Here's the offering. Breaking ball down. Another good stop there by Milne. It now goes to 3-1. Looming on deck as the top of the order in Chue Lin. Probably licking his chops. Probably right now there's, I was thinking of fights at the bat rack to get to the plate. Chinese Taipei hitters probably licking their chops to face Mendelssohn here. Runners at first and second, 2 out. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, boy. It sure looked like ball 4, but up with the right hand of the home plate umpire. It's going to bring Sung back to the plate. We'll get a look at that one there. If it was any more outside, he probably would have had to redraw the chalk lines, but he wants to hit anyway, I'm sure. Here comes the 3-2. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, grounded through the 6-hole. Diving stop by the shortstop, Smith. And the runner from second, Wong, had rounded the base and was coming home. He thought it was all the way through. I have to take a look to see where the third base coach was on this one. Needed to be in a position to hold him up. Nice play there by the shortstop to throw at Wong at the plate. And that is going to do it. That's going to be a race of 6-2 at the plate for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it. One would have to think that'll go down in the books as a base hit single. We'll take a look at the official scoring on that, and that's exactly what it was. But that is going to do it here for Taipei in their half of the 8th inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. Moving to the bottom of the 8th inning, your score is Chinese Taipei 7-1. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is a left-hander on the mound here for Chinese Taipei. That means it is a lefty named Liu. This is Yan-Qing Liu. And the pitch on the way to Ngope is swung on and grounded up the middle into center field. That was a 1-0 pitch that he had hit. So Ngope's got himself a leadoff single here in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Tyler Smith. So nice job by Ngope. Just making our notes here. So Yan-Qing Liu, as the first pitch is delivered to Smith, and it's a fastball swung on. And this is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. And back-to-back singles. That's the second hit of the ball game here for Smith. As Ngope is going to stop at second. South Africa has got something brewing here in the 8th inning. As they've got 2 aboard and nobody out. It's going to bring up Jonathan Phillips to the plate. So Phillips 0 for 3 tonight in this one. Striding the bat here to face the reliever Liu. And the pitch on the way is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Phillips. 38-year-old, as we said, 0 for 3 right now in this one tonight. Looking for his first hit of the tournament. He is 0 for 6. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Left-hander against the right-hander. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that is waved out and missed, and that is going to retire Phillips. He went fishing for that one, but he is in the books for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Brandon Smith. Well, for Smith, he is 1 for 3 tonight. He has driven in the only South African run with a single back in the 4th inning. He's also lined to second and struck out looking. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. One thing I would have thought the gamblers would have been out in full force, as they sometimes make it into our streams. But nothing here today. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away right into the catcher's midsection. And he gets up and bounces around, and he gives the thumbs up. Oof, right into the family crown jewels. Is lucky he is going to be okay after that. No balls and 2 strikes. At least he can laugh about it. I don't know if I'm laughing about that. It makes me kind of cringe. So no balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Smith. Runner at second is Ngope. Runner at first is Smith. As the lefty Lou works himself to the set position, here comes the offering. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, grounded softly over to third. Charging it, fielding it on the run. Nice play there by the third baseman, Wu. He throws the ball to first, and that is going to retire Smith on a ground out 5-3. So he's in the books for the second out of the inning. Everybody's going to move up, and Gope moves to third. Advancing to second is Smith. That's going to leave it up to Anthony Phillips, who comes to the plate 1 for 3 tonight. So 2 gone here in the last half of the 8th as Lou delivers. And it is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Phillips. 34-year-old. Waggling the bat. And the pitch from the lefty on the way. It is a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count now goes to 0-2. So Phillips really in the hole here. So no balls and 2 strikes. Lou ready to go again. He's give up those 2 quick hits, and then he has settled down a bit. There is a fastball swung on. It's chopped in front of home plate. Chang races out. He fields it. He gets it. He picks it up and throws to first. It's a ground out 2-3 to end the inning, and that will do it here in the 8th for South Africa. They get the first 2 batters aboard. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We are now moving to the top of the 9th inning. Your score is Chinese Taipei 7 and South Africa 1. We'll be back in just a bit with more action after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 9th inning, and Chinese Taipei has a commanding 7-1 lead over South Africa. It is going to be the top 3 hitters in the batting order to come to bat here. And it does look like we have a pitching change for the South Africans. It's going to be Lloyd Stevens, the 36-year-old from Cape Town, is coming into the ball game in relief. He is going to be the 6th pitcher used tonight for the South Africans in this one here. So Lloyd Stevens on in relief, as he's going to be facing the top 3 hitters in the batting order for Chinese Taipei. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is quickly 1-0 to the leadoff hitter, Lin. So Chu-Wei Lin tonight has been aboard 4 of the 5 times he's come to the plate, as he swings and hits that one into left field. Moving over underneath it and battling the roof is Byers, but he's going to make the catch. That's the first action he's seen tonight out in left field. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Zhu-Wei Lin. Well, for Lin tonight, he's been aboard 4 times. He's officially 0 for 1 as he struck out. He's walked 3 times. He has been hit by a pitch, and he's driven in a run. As that breaking ball misses outside, the count is 1-0 to Lin. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So Lloyd Stevens, as we said, is the sixth pitcher used tonight by the South Africans. As he rocks himself into the windup and he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, racing toward the foul line. But running out of real estate is the right fielder, Bouillon. It's going to run the count to 2-1 on Zhuwei Lin. Lots of opportunities tonight for Chinese Taipei, but unable to cash the runs in. They've stranded 14 runners on base through the first 8 innings. As the pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Lin. They've had their opportunities to really pour it on at times. Twice tonight, leaving the bases loaded, has Chinese Taipei. As the score line in some ways at 7-1 is rather flattering, and there's a fastball that misses up, and it's going to be ball 4, as Lin is going to get himself a base on ball. So not once tonight has South Africa been able to retire Chinese Taipei in order. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Chinese Taipei, 1-7-1 for the Republic of South Africa. The other thing that is of consequence, it's been 9 walks tonight issued by the South Africans. That makes it difficult when you're having to do that, having to pitch. There is a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0. And on top of it, South Africa has also, by my counts, I think they've hit 5. How do they have they hit? Lin has been hit. Chang's been hit twice. As the pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count goes even to 1-1. I'm just trying to look at the hit by pitches. Looks like there was 1, 2, 3, 4 hit by pitches tonight. So South Africa walking 9 and hitting 4. That's not going to help your cause. Breaking ball misses upstairs. I've got 2 balls and 1 strike here to Chen. As the right-hander kicks and fires, it is a fastball that misses way outside. So that is going to make the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Chen. So as I said before, if I look down or I miss something, sometimes the scores are a little bit off. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field, racing back onto the warning track and looking up and watching that one sail into the seats. It's going to be a 2-run homer for the pinch hitter here. Or is it going to be, I don't know if that's Chi Xian Chen. It looks like we got a pinch hitter on our hands here. Again, the scoring, it is going to be Sung Xian Lee who hit the home run. So a pinch hit home run here, a 2-run shot. It's going to extend the lead to 9-1. So coming off the bench to replace Chi Xian Chen. So Sung Xian Lee with a 2-run bomb. And there's a first pitch fastball delivered to Yu Chang. And battling it was Byers as he falls to his chest to make the catch out in left field. So he's gone for the second out of the inning. No mysteries there. Yu Chang right on top of that one. But Byers makes the play. So that brings up to the plate Ning-Ting Wu, who is 0 for 5 tonight. And the breaking ball misses outside. The count is 1-0. 0 for 5. He has also driven in a run. Coming off a 3 for 5 performance last night. So going from hot to cold in 24 hours. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Wu. 9-1 now as Chinese Taipei has the lead. The pitch on the way as a fastball swung on. It's lifted into straightaway center field. Giving chase is Wenzel, but it's going to be over his head. That's going to be off the wall. Wu is going to cruise into second with a stand-up double, so that'll get him off the schneid here tonight, as he's got himself his first hit of the evening. A double here with 2 gone in inning number 9, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Wen-Ji Chen. So Chen comes to the plate. He is 1 for 5 tonight. But we've got a visit to the mound as the pitching coach is out here to talk to the right-hander Jacobs. More than likely probably giving him some confidence here on the mound as a 9-1 lead. Got to get himself out of this. They don't want to have to go to the bullpen. Got 2 away here, but he has even the outs that he's given up to Lin and to Chang have been hit hard. There's no mystery here. The home run, the 2 fly ball outs. And, of course, the double here by Wu. Putting a charge into the baseball have been Chinese Taipei. Once again, we do appreciate everybody who has popped into the stream tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. It's great to have you checking out the channel. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down. Count is quickly 1-0 to Chen. Chen tonight, tough day at the office. He's 1 for 5. Batting here against the right-hander Stevens. There's a fastball swung on, grounded softly over to first. Fielded neatly by the first baseman, Phillips. He's going to take it himself. It's a ground out to 3. And that is going to do it, as that'll end the inning here. But Chinese Taipei add a couple of more runs to the tally. The home crowd is loving it. They got 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 9th inning, it is Chinese Taipei 9, South Africa 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few as we are getting into the last 3 outs of the ball game when we return after this. Appreciate you guys again for listening in tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Again, a little bit of peace here as we will give our stuff up for the NPB. We are going to be flashing these between innings, and we'll flash you one of these now. We'll be back in 30 after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the last half of the 9th inning. It'll be Brandon Bouillon, Tyrone Milne, and Joshua Wenzel to come to bat here for South Africa as they trail Chinese Taipei 9-1. It has been all Chinese Taipei in this one from the get-go. As we had mentioned before, they had scored early and they scored often. They started putting runs on the board in the 3rd inning and really have never looked back. And here comes the first pitch on the way from Wu, and it is a fastball at 91 miles an hour that misses, and the count is quickly 1-0. Bouillon tonight is 1 for 3. Well, it looks like we got a pinch hitter for Bouillon. I don't know if this is exactly who that is here. Still showing us as him at the plate. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Definitely not Bouillon. We'll have to get you the number here. He's number 5. So we'll see who is getting the opportunity. This is Josh November at the plate. Just a little guy, only 5'5", Jose Altuve-ish. Swings, and that ball is a lifted foul. It's going to get into the seats, and count remains at 0-2. So Josh November, 5'5", 137. That is what his weight is. There's a fastball that misses down. It's now 1-2. I was talking about the lack of physical size on the positional side for the South Africans. Tyler Smith and Brandon Smith each stand at 6'2". Those are the infielders. And there's a fastball swung on and missed, and November overpowered here by the pitcher Wu. Also, Jason Carlesi is also standing at 6'2". The other two players that are 6 foot or more, Brandon Bouillon and Chris Byers, each stand at 6 feet tall. Everybody else on the offensive side, or at least the positional side, below 6 feet. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly 0-1 to Milne. When you think of teams that don't necessarily possess physical size, you think of the Japanese and possibly even the Taiwanese as well. The Taiwanese certainly have more players that are 6 foot or above. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes even to 1-1. This is not actually Milne now hitting. It is a pinch hitter for him as well. Milne is out of the game. We'll have to get an idea who that would be. As the pitch here is on the way, it is a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count now goes to 2-1. This looks like it could be Dale Feltman. They're still showing November up at the plate. Now, he was the guy before. Fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes even to 2-2. As I say, it looks like it is Dale Feltman at the plate. Or is it? Maybe it's not number 31. It might be somebody else. And the pitch on the way is the fastball swung on up the middle, grounded. Nice play by Lynn on the backhand to field it. He throws to first, and that is going to retire the batting runner. That is Luke November, who is the one at the plate. So maybe we were a little bit off ourselves on this one here. It was Josh November who was the first one to come up, and then it was Luke November who was the second one. So back-to-back November is coming to bat in February. And both are going to be retired here. So Luke November out on a ground out 6-3. Nice play there by the second. Sorry, ground out 4-3. Nice play there by the second baseman. And that is going to put 2 in the books. And that is going to leave it all up to Joshua Wenzel, unless, of course, we get a pinch hitter for him. And it looks like it's going to be Brandon Edmonds. So Brandon Edmonds, they're emptying the bench here. Fastball swung on, is hit softly over to third. Oh, it's got a lot of English on it. It ends up getting by the third baseman, Wu. So Brandon Edmonds is going to get himself a base hit. He's going to get a batting average here in the tournament. So a single for him, and that'll leave it up to Chris Byers coming to the plate. This was Byers' second plate appearance. He struck out in the 7th. So he is coming to the plate here. Actually, it looked like Ning-Ting Wu has moved across the diamond to first base. Changes all over the place here. Sometimes when we're doing the Japanese games, we have to get you the calls of those after the half inning. So here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball swung on, chopped softly down the third base line, and it's just going to go foul. So the count now to Byers is 0-1. So Edmonds, the runner at first, Byers at the plate, Victor and Gope, the top of the lineup, is on deck should he come to bat next. So here comes the 0-1 pitch as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on, grounded over to third. Oh, what a great play by the third baseman who picks it up and fires to second. And that is going to do it. So Seung Xian Lee, who hit the pinch hit home run, fires to Zhu Wei Lin. Goes down as a fielder's choice, 5-4 to end the ball game. And that is going to do it here as Chinese Taipei wins it here tonight, 9-1. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left the board. Your final score, Chinese Taipei 9, South Africa 1. Stick around, everybody. We're going to be back to call it a night here in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. Showing the bottom of the 7th inning. Wow, it's more like the game as a final. At 9-1 here for Chinese Taipei. Our ticker's behind. We're behind. This is like a spring training game for us. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. 9-14-0 it was for Chinese Taipei, 1-8-1. It was the line score for South Africa. Final score 9-1 Chinese Taipei. We want to thank everybody again who did pop in tonight to listen to us. Our second game will be back on again the airwaves tomorrow for the matchup between Chinese Taipei and Nicaragua. Hopefully you guys could be there for that. Nicaragua currently undefeated at 2-0. Chinese Taipei even at 1-1. Spain will take on South Africa tomorrow. We could have a 3-way tie for the top of the group. And then you got to get into some tiebreakers. Somebody will go through. And then they have the 2-3 game that will have to be played. And we'll see who is the second team from the group that ends up getting through. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys for listening to us again here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We hope you all have a great night. We will catch you guys again tomorrow night. Have a great night, everybody.